Hello, this is Mark LaRochelle from Productive Computing and Productive Computing University. Thanks for joining us on this video. We wanted to take a moment and provide you with an excerpt from a course called Claris FileMaker Pro Advanced 1. This is a third installment in a series of courses that we provide at Productive Computing University. These courses are specifically designed to train you, the FileMaker developer. We start with the first course, which is called Beginner, where we literally start from scratch with a blank file, and we build that file together while we learn the concepts and the theories that go along with developing a professional FileMaker database solution. Then we go on to the intermediate course. Things get a little bit more advanced. We learn about scripting and the basic relationships, and our file continues to take shape and get more advanced. In this third course, Advanced 1, we take everything up a notch. We talk extensively about the various relationships that you might come across as a professional developer. We go deeper with scripting, subscripts, variables, global fields, and you'll come across these concepts on a regular basis as your development skills continue to grow. We also go into great depth on how to protect the file from a security standpoint in preparation for publishing it and sharing it with others. Okay, now for the lesson excerpt. In this lesson, we go over the security basics by starting very simple, by adding a couple of accounts and doing some other things to provide the foundation of security in our file. So back to our PCU Gaming Company file. That's under File, Manage, Security. And you'll notice that some of these things like database, layouts, and scripts all have shortcut keys. I find that we're going to be in security here for this section so often that I like to make my own set of shortcut keys here just to get into security. I also do some for value lists, and I also do sometimes custom functions, sometimes external data sources as well. So let's do a shortcut key here on the Macintosh for security. Notice that it's security ... That's the official menu name. So what I'm about to show you is more related to the operating system and less related to the actual application FileMaker. So I'll go to System Settings, then I'll bring up the keyboard portion of System Settings, then I'll click Keyboard Shortcuts, then go to App Shortcuts. You'll notice I have a bunch of app shortcuts already. It's got FileMaker in here from before. Let me just create a brand new one so you can see that. I'll click the plus. I'll pick FileMaker as my application. Here we go, FileMaker Pro. And the menu title, we already said was Security ... Have to have the dots there. It has to be an exact name. And it even says that here. Enter the exact name of the menu command you want to add. Then we can just quickly assign a shortcut. Click here. And I'm going to choose Control Command S. Control Command S is what I'm doing. And that will now save itself into the operating system. Anytime I work with FileMaker, I now have under Manage Security a brand new shortcut that I can take advantage of. So take that quick tip and use it if you wish. Once we get into security, we have all kinds of options. We have sort of a simplified view, and then we have the advanced settings. In the simplified view here, we are mostly focusing on just a couple of things. We can choose between how we want to authenticate. This is FileMaker File directly, which is our built-in security, built-in username and password, versus an external server. And here this refers to O directory on the Macintosh or Windows Active Directory if you're on a Windows-based network. These other authentication methods all listed separately below the main one here. Each one of these is what's considered external authentication: Apple ID, Amazon, Google, Azure, and custom OAuth, which means you can use a third-party provider to supply the username and the password. This goes beyond the scope of this lesson as well as this entire course. We have a dedicated course for external authentication talking about some of these most common used external authentication types. For now, we're going to just focus all our energies and efforts for FileMaker File security only. So we'll just leave it like that. By default, we have a guest account, which is not active. And then we have the full access admin account, which we've been using right along. In fact, I've put no password here just to make it simple to get into the file rather quickly. And we'll leave it like this so that the admin full credentials has no password. Just makes it more convenient while I go through these lessons. But we will now create a brand new account, and we will do some things set up in a way that makes some assumptions. I assume that we have developer access, which is this full access. Then we'll do a new account for Mary. Mary will be our administrator. I'll even put that here in the description. Okay, and for now, we'll do Mary with data entry only. And then we'll create another new account. We'll call this Joe, is the account name. And Joe will be staff. And right now, for now, we'll leave Joe as read-only access. These are the privilege sets assigned to Joe and Mary. Joe is read-only, and that's a built-in privilege set, which is why it has these indicators here, the straight brackets on the left and right. And then, as I just said, we put Mary in the data entry only. So this makes it easy for you. Just quickly assign some privileges without having to go create privileges from scratch. So we've got Mary and Joe there as two accounts, and we are good to go there. So I could close the file and open it and then have it prompt me for a username and password. To do that, I would have to hold the Option key on Macintosh or the Shift key on Windows. But I will do that now. I'll hold the Option key while double-clicking this file. And what it will do is it will prompt me like this for the username and password. So I'll put in Mary and sign in. So now I'm in as Mary, and I know that because I likely can't do anything from a schema standpoint. But to make this more convenient than having to close and open each and every time I want to test this, I'm going to create a login script. So let me jump back into the file as administrator, which by default, under File Options, automatically logs me in as admin. If I don't touch anything and don't use a shortcut key, then it's automatically going to log me in as admin. Now, ideally, once you deploy this file, you most likely will stop using this automatic login option so that every user will be prompted for a proper username and password, and you can ensure that your file is protected. For now, we'll just leave this as login using admin because I want you to be able to get this file, download it from these lessons, and not have to worry about memorizing a username and password. Okay, so we've got that. So now I'd like to create a script. This is a login script. So I'll go into Script Workspace. We'll click on the Open Script, and then I'll click plus here to create a new script, and I'll call it relogin. Just like that. And we'll use a couple of script steps here. We'll do relogin as our first script step, and we want to present a dialog so that we have the opportunity to put a username in and password. And nothing more there. In fact, there's nothing to look at here, but I could pre-fill it with Joe, Mary, or something else if I wanted to. No problem, but I'll leave it completely blank. And then one more script step here to show a custom dialog. This will indicate that we have signed in correctly, and we'll do a specify under this message here, and we'll just say user. So we'll indicate how we are logged in, what username we're logged in with. So we can do a get account name. I'll just even put account just to be really clear about it. And then we'll do an ampersand and a quick return character. And then we'll say privilege set like this. And then we'll do the get privilege set function. Current privilege set name. Actually, I think I'm going to select account privilege set name. That'll be more accurate. And I'll explain the differences between those two as we move along in this section of the course, but we're not ready for that right yet. So account and privilege indicated there, and we'll remove the cancel because that doesn't apply. I'll push OK, and we'll make sure that this script shows up in the script menu, and it does because it says exclude, so that means it's already there. And now when I want to log in as Joe or Mary, I can simply go relog in, Joe, and now it says account Joe, privilege set read-only access, which means that if Joe tries to enter something, he'll get a generic message much like this. So this is read-only. I can still do finds and things like that. I can put in the word law here, go to find mode, and I can return all records that have those keywords used. But I can't do anything, nor can I do any kind of programming. However, look at this. I can select the entire company name here, go to Edit, and choose Copy. So I still have access to some functionality. In fact, all these menus are available to me. Now, if I log in as Mary, Mary is the admin. She has data entry only. So she can actually do changes, like remove something here from the website URL. But Mary still can't do things like programming. All the programming options, schema changes, access to value lists, scripts, none of that is available except she can execute the relogin script, of course, but there's no programming. But Mary does have full access to all the data from an editing standpoint. She can even delete records, add new records. There's a lot of power here, so that's why she has the admin account. And these are really good starting, simple ways to have basic security without all the details. What I recommend now is attempt to add a couple of users, create your own login script, and look to see how you can toggle between one user type or another. Let me log in again as administrator. That's admin, no password. And we'll quickly recap what we've learned here in this lesson. We've learned how to go into security. We did that by way of a shortcut that we chose to put in here on our Macintosh. We added new accounts on this simple screen. And we assigned those accounts to built-in, predefined privilege sets, one for data entry only and one for read-only access. We also gave a description here under each account so that we can have a reference as to what this person is. And that concludes this lesson on basic security. Well, I hope you enjoyed that lesson extract from the course called Claris FileMaker Pro Advanced 1. To find out more, go to productivecomputinguniversity.com, where you can enroll in this course along with many others training you on the Claris platform. If you are interested in taking multiple courses, it might make sense to invest in the Productive Computing University bundle package, which is one yearly price to gain access to the entire university library. As always, thanks for joining us on this video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.